Hey friends, welcome to your practice. My name's Sophie, and today we're doing a daily flow. It'll be creative, it'll be strong, and functional as always. And it's meant to be able to be done every day, so it's very well-rounded for the body. And before we get started, I just wanted to let you know about the upcoming 30-day challenge. It is for January 2024, and of course you can do this challenge anytime you want, but the first class will be posted on January 1st. And they're 20-minute classes. If you want to be notified every day about this challenge with the daily reminder and the link to the video, then you can go into right below. Actually, I'll put it right below in the description here. Click on the link and you can easily just sign up and you'll be good to go. I'll send you a reminder a couple days before the challenge so that you don't miss it. All right, without further ado, let's get started in child's pose. Option 2, keep your elbows down, bring your palms together, and bring the hands to the back of the neck as you rest your head on the ground. Perhaps you crawl your elbows a little further forward so you get a deeper stretch into your triceps and lats, side body. Breathe deep into the belly. Breathe into the upper back. Breathe into the right and left sides of your rib cage. So we're tuning in and dropping in to our practice right now. Extend your arms back out in front of you. Walk your hands over to the right. Put your left hand on top of your right hand for a brief stretch through the left side. And then walk your hands over to the left. Right hand on top of left hand. Bring your hands back to center. Come onto your forearms and have your knees underneath of you. And start to shift front to back. So you're kind of warming up the shoulders here. And shift your weight all the way forward and all the way back. It's almost like we're prepping for a dolphin position in a more easeful way than full dolphin. One more time, go back and forth. And now we're going to go into puppy pose. So walk your hands out in front of you. Stay on your fingertips for today and then put your forehead on the earth. You can always put your chin down if you feel ready for that. Wrap your upper arms towards each other. Every time you exhale, you sink further to the ground, but then your belly also draws in at the same time. From puppy, walk your fingertips over to the right. So you're taking a side bend in puppy. Put your forehead on the ground. And walk your fingertips over to the left. Walk your hands back to center and rise up into tabletop. Round your spine for cat pose. And then drop the belly and lift your chest up for cow. Again, curl for cat. And inhale, cow. Tuck your toes, round your spine for cat and lift your knees an inch off the ground. Keep your knees an inch off the ground as you come into cow. Keep going cat-cows a few times with the knees lifted. Come back into neutral. Lift your knees, downward facing dog. And pedal out your heels. We all come to our mats with stuff weighing on us. So see if you can consciously let go of anything that you have brought to your mat. Of anything you were dealing with right before this. Because it doesn't serve us to hold on And this is a reminder I have to tell myself throughout the day. Take an inhale. Exhale, let go. Give your problems to the earth. The earth can handle it. Again, full breath in. Exhale, give it away. And walk your hands to the back of the mat. Turn your toes out and take your feet a little wider, setting up for Malasana. So get low into Malasana. Keep your fingertips on the ground though. And then straighten your legs, but not all the way. Again, squat. And straighten, but not all the way. Keep going back and forth. You'll quickly start to feel some heat in the legs. One more time. Straighten the legs and fold. Nice. Now take your feet wider than your mat and walk your hands forward so that you're in basically a really wide down dog. And if your mat happens to be slipping on the ground, you might just bring your feet in a little so your feet are grounding the mat down. And keep your right hand down. With your left hand, grab onto your outer right ankle. Bend your knees, by the way. Have your heels lifted in order to do this. And you might have the flexibility to be able to put your heels down today. So do what's working for you as you gaze under your right shoulder. And you have maybe a little bit more of a bend in your left knee. And then switch sides. Right hand grabs onto outer left ankle. Right knee bends a little more. So we're in a down dog twist with wide legs. And bring your hands back. Now bring your feet back to hip distance. Shift into plank pose. And slowly lower to the earth. Untuck your toes. Lift up for cobra. As high or low as you want. Lower back down. Tuck your toes. Lift your thighs up. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. And walk your feet up to your hands. And lift up halfway. And fold forward. Inhale, stand and reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step your left leg back into low lunge. Now put your left knee on the ground and bring your left foot to the right. So make sure you're bringing the left foot to the right, like a kickstand. Then bend into your right knee more so the weight shifts, your whole weight of your body shifts forward essentially. And keep your right knee pointing forward like you're in Warrior Two, but walk your hands over to the left and let your head drop down. So shift your weight forward over your right knee as your hands go over to the left. So we're kind of stretching through the right side body and through the hips. Now bring your hands inside of your right foot. Keep your right fingertips down. Reach your left arm up. So think of it as side angle on your knees. Shift your weight forward. Reach your left arm over your ear. Reach both sides of your waist forward. Slowly rise up. Keep your legs how they are. Rise up so you're facing the left side of your mat, arms wide. Then plant your left hand on the ground at the back of the mat and come into a knee down half moon. So lift your right leg up. The left hand is at the back of the mat. Now bring your right heel towards your glute. Point your toes and reach it back so you feel your right glute muscles engage and turn on. Back bend through your upper back. Don't grab the foot yet. Keep back bending. Keep drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Then reach your hand back. Grab onto your foot from behind instead of having to bring the knee in to grab the foot. Now kick back. So you're opening the whole front body, which is also a back bend. So when we open through the front body, we back bend. Same thing. Now re-extend your right leg, reach your right arm up to the sky. Put your right foot down on the ground. Turn and face the back of the mat. So plant both hands down and lift your left knee up. Bring your left knee to your left wrist and then slide it up to your left upper arm. So you're kind of rounding the upper back. Slide it down to the left wrist, up to the upper arm. Again, slide it down, lift it up, and then step your left foot into plank. Lift your right leg up for three-legged dog. Right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten the right leg out and step your right foot between your hands. Low lunge. Frame your front foot with your hands. Reach your right arm up so you're twisting and stay on your left fingertips, not the whole palm. Now as you straighten your right leg, bring your right arm back and all the way down into a circle. And as you re-bend your right knee, sweep your right arm up and around. Straighten the right leg as the hand sweeps down, grazes the mat, and then you bend your right knee and reach your arm back up. Do that 2 more times. Now with the right hand down and the right leg straight, pause there and fold. Both hands down, square the hips forward. You're in a variation of pyramid. Your back heel is still lifted. You can experiment with lifting the bottom of the foot for more of a calf stretch. Or if you want to keep the right foot down, press into your right big toe, you might feel a stretch on the front of your right shin. Bend your right knee into low lunge. Step to the front of the mat. So it's actually the back of the mat, but step your feet together into Uttanasana, forward fold. Lift up halfway and fold forward. Grab the backs of your ankles if you'd like to go a little deeper, a couple breaths in our forward fold. On your inhale, stand and reach your arms up. Exhale, fold right back down to the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step your right leg back into low lunge. Put your right knee down onto the ground and bring your right foot over to the left. Keep your left knee pointing forward as you walk your hands over to the right side and all the way over to the right, bow down, and make sure that the left knee is still pointing towards the front of the mat. Bring your hands back inside of your left foot. Keep your left fingertips down as you reach your right arm up. Then reach the right arm over the ear as you shift your weight forward. Move the left shoulder down away from the ear. Reach both sides of your torso forward. Slowly rise up into gate pose, arms out wide. Set your right hand at the original front of the mat and lift your left leg up so that you're in a knee down half moon. Now keep your left arm where it is. Point your left toes as you reach your left heel back towards your butt. And keep reaching it back to back bend. Then left hand goes back as you grab a hold of your foot and kick your foot into your hand. Kick back a little bit more. Re-extend your left leg and left arm. Put your left foot down. Put your left hand down. Turn and face the front of the mat. Lift your right knee up. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. Slide it up to your right armpit. Bring it down. Slide it up. Down. and up. Step your foot into plank. Lift your left leg for three-legged dog. Three-legged down dog. Bend your left knee, open your hip. Try to relax your head a little bit. Straighten your left leg back out. Step your left foot between your hands. Low lunge. Keep your right fingertips down as you reach your left arm up. Twist. Inhale. As you exhale, start to straighten your left leg as your left arm sweeps down, taps the ground, and sweeps back up as you bend your left knee. And again, leg straight, left arm down, sweeps the ground, bend the left knee, reach up. A couple more times. And then the next time the leg is straight and the left arm is down, stay there. Both hands down, hips squared forward, and fold forward. Or you might stay in a half lift if that feels better. And remember, you can choose to lift the bottom of the foot and keep the heel down, or you can have the whole bottom of the foot down. Or maybe a little bit of both. A couple more breaths. Bend your left knee into low lunge. Step the feet together, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, and then fold again into Uttanasana, your forward fold. On inhale, stand and reach your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. We're going to move through our classic Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up into chair pose. Weight back into your heels, back into your hips. Reach the arms back a little bit further. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank or hop back if you want. Lower down for Chaturanga. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Rise up to warrior 1. Bring the palms together if you'd like for today. And press into the outer edge of your left foot. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step back to plank or one-legged plank. Chaturanga, hold. 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Remember for Chaturanga to use your knees, put your knees down if you don't feel like you have the strength to hold yourself in good alignment. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands and rise up to Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Virabhadrasana is named after Virabhadra, a fierce Hindu mythological warrior. And this is him drawing his sword. And then bring your hands down. Step back to plank or one-legged plank. Chaturanga, hold. 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Look forward and step or hop or float to the front of the mat. Lift up halfway. Fold in half. Inhale, chair. Reach the arms up. Stay here for a couple breaths. And stand all the way up. And release your arms by your sides. And just take a few breaths to feel here in Tadasana, to breathe and maybe start to slow down the breath. All right. Then we'll reach the arms up. This time, cactus and back bend, your upper back. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop or step to plank or chaturanga. Now you're going to come back up to plank. And then lower down one at a time onto your forearms. Take a moment first to shift front to back. Remember we did this on our knees. That's a whole lot harder Harder without the knees on the ground. Now pause. Walk your feet in for a dolphin. And same thing, shift front to back a few times. Now stay in stillness now as you lift your hips and press your forearms into the ground so you feel like you're lifting away from the ground. Walk your feet back to a forearm plank and slowly rise up onto your hands, high plank. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and bring your right knee to your left upper arm and set your right foot down on the ground over on the left and reach your left arm up. Your back heel is on the ground. And bring your left hand back down and take your right leg back up to three-legged dog. Step your right foot between your hands and rise up to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So I mentioned Virabhadra, the warrior. Now he's pointing his sword, and that's what this pose represents. So we have the strength in the body of a warrior, the mind of a monk, that one-pointed focus. Flip the right palm, reverse warrior. Let's take the left arm behind into a half bind so that we can bring the right hand down into side angle. And already we're in a half bind. Left shoulder back. Option to come into a full bind, but if binds aren't your thing, that's no problem. Option to try to straighten your right leg for a bound triangle. Just be mindful and careful here of your body. You might loosen the grip of your fingers a little bit to get some more space. Now we'll slowly unwind for triangle, regular Trikonasana. Look down at the ground and make your way into half moon. Lift your left leg up. Option to bend your knee and grab onto your foot from behind. So remember what we did before, where first we created the back bend and then we grabbed onto the foot. Not the other way around. Now re-extend the leg if you have it. Slowly step back to warrior two. Flip your right palm, reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the ground for low lunge. And put your right hand on your right knee. We're going to come into a side plank variation, or you can come into any variation of side plank you want, but roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Keep your hand on your knee and lift your right knee up. Just holding onto your knee, pointing your right toe. And then put your right hand on the ground. Come into one-legged plank. Come up onto your left fingertips. Reach your left arm forward. Awkward plank. And then see if you can make your way to keeping your arm and leg lifted. You're going to three-legged down dog. And then can you take your left arm by your side along your hip? It's a super tough balance. Put your left hand back down on the ground. Put your right foot down on the ground. Shift into plank. Take your feet a little wider. Drop your hips for upward facing dog, keeping your toes tucked. Engage your thighs. And then go back to down dog. Okay, take a couple breaths here. Let's get ready to do this on the other side. So lift your left leg up and bring your left knee to your right upper arm. Now, extend your leg out to the right. Reach your right arm up. Lovely back bend here and left arm strengthener. Put your right hand down and come into three-legged dog. The left leg goes up. Step your left foot between your hands and rise up to warrior two. So the arms out wide. Fierce like a warrior. Calm like a warrior. Flip your left palm. reverse warrior. Take your right arm behind you into that half bind. Inhale, exhale, half side angle, keeping your half bind of the right arm. And then you can add the full bind if you'd like. An option to go into a bound triangle by straightening the left leg. Continue to maintain the long spine, so keep lifting so you're not folding downwards. Lift, lift, lift. Okay, open up the arms. Look down at the ground. Make your way into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. From half moon, option to go into Chapasana variation. Bend your knee, reach back first with your foot. Then reach back with the hand. Kick and lift. If you have the foot, re-extend. Slowly step to warrior two. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Pause there. Right hand down, left arm, left hand on left knee. You might widen your feet a little bit from each other. Start to roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. And we come into our Vashisthasana variation with the hand on the knee, knee points up, toes point down, or any other variation that you feel like doing. Then we make our way into one-legged plank. All right, here we go. Right arm forward. Hold. Okay, then we'll try to go to three-legged dog with the right arm by our side. So never put the right hand down unless you're about to fall. Right arm reaches back. Okay, right hand down, left foot down. Set the knees down. Take a breather in Virasana. You're just sitting on your heels. Or rather, this is actually Vajrasana. Similar. And you can rest your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. And just notice how you feel now. There's so much focus on in a creative and strong flow that it completely takes our mind away from any external things going on. Just notice your breath again. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your posture. And while we're here, bring the chin down to your chest and draw your right ear over towards your right shoulder for a little neck stretch. And bring your chin back down and left ear to left shoulder. And bring the chin back down and the head up. Come back into tabletop and into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Step your right foot between your hands. Walk your hands out in front of you. Come into a supported warrior three. Reach your arms back into airplane warrior three. Interlace your hands for a variation on warrior three. And keep your hands interlaced. Rise up into one-legged mountain. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh for figure four. Reach your arms back. Then bring your hands to your heart. And if you want, twist to your right so You set your elbow on the sole of your foot, right in the center. Then if you're in the twist, come back to center. Everyone grab your left big toe with your left peace fingers, put your right hand on your hip, reach the left leg straight forward, and then out to the left. Right arm out to the right. Stand tall through the right hip. Good. Reach your left leg forward, reach your arms up. And then cross the left foot over the right for a crisscross fold as you bring your hands down. So your legs are in a crisscross position, like a Twizzler. Uncross your legs, but reach the left leg back and step back into low lunge. Put your left knee down on the ground and slide your right foot to the left for pigeon. Come up onto your fingertips. And if you feel settled enough, you can put your forearms down. We're just here briefly. Come back up onto your hands. Tuck your toes. And ready, lift your right knee. Keep your right foot down, but bring your knee into your upper arm. And then slide it back down. And again, knee into upper arm. So your left knee stays lifted. And slide it down. And one more time, bring it up. Lift the foot up also. And then three-legged dog. Good. Put the right foot down for down dog. And lift the left leg up. Step your left foot between your hands. Walk your hands forward, Virabhadrasana 3. Reach your arms by your sides for airplane. Roll the shoulders back more. And then interlace your hands, maybe do the opposite thumb on top. And do open up through the chest, knit the ribs in. Keep the grip of your hands. Rise up to one-legged Tadasana, one-legged mountain. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So this side might feel a little easier because we just stretched in pigeon on this side. Keep reaching the arms back. And then bring the hands to the heart. And you can stay here, or for a little challenge, twist to the left. Elbow rests on the sole, the bottom of the foot. See if you can rotate your chest more to the left. And come back to center. Put your peace fingers around your big toe and extend your right leg forward. Reach your right leg out to the right, left arm up. Stand tall, strong through your core. Shoulders drop back, especially your right shoulder. Then extend your right leg forward. Reach the arms up, keep the right leg lifted, and then cross it over the left foot. A Twizzler, crisscross fold. Shift your weight into your toes a bit as you fold. Uncross the legs, reach the right leg all the way back into low lunge. Put the knee down, slide the left foot over to the right for pigeon pose. And come up onto the fingertips, and lengthen. And if and when you feel ready, forearms, but you could also stay upright and let your head hang heavy. Notice if maybe this side feels different than the other. And that's completely normal as nobody is fully symmetrical. Come back up onto your hands, plant your hands, keep the left foot down, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, bring the left knee into your left upper arm. Slide it down, bring it up. One more time, slide it down. Bring it up and lift your left foot, hold. Three-legged dog, leg goes up and back. And put your foot down for down dog. We'll come through to a seat, so take your hands wide and hop your way through, or just sit down. So come all the way down, take your legs out in front of you, shake them out. Have your fingers facing forward, bend your knees, and lift your hips up for reverse table. As high as you can. Just 5 seconds here. For 3, 2, 1. We'll sit all the way back down and take the legs out in front of us. Let's go into a Paschimottanasana. So start with bent knees, sit tall, reach your arms forward, re-lengthen through the lower back, so you're hinging from the hips, and then continue to fold. And then you can let your head relax. Maybe you straighten the legs all the way down. Up to you. Fully surrender for a couple more breaths. Go in and in. Slowly rise up. Make your way down onto your back. And bring your knees into your chest. Bring your feet to the ground. And cross your right leg over your left leg. Take your arms out wide and cross your right arm under your left arm for eagle arms. And then if you want to do a full wrap with your right leg, you can do that. Lift your legs up off the ground. So as you inhale, find an extension where the arms go overhead, the legs go forward a bit, and exhale, crunch elbows and knees together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. In and out. And then unwind. And of course, we're going to do the other side. So left leg over right leg. And right arm under the left arm for eagle arms. Sorry, left arm under the right. Left arm under right. Then you could do full bind. Or full wrap, with your legs if you want. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Keep going. Two more. Last one. And unwind. Feet together, knees wide. Arms can rest overhead. Find a softness now. Lift the knees up and take the feet as wide as the mat. And drop your knees over to the right. And you can stay like that, or if you want to put your right foot on top of your left knee, that might feel good. Notice if you're tightening in the jaw or like around the front of the neck area. Maybe just wiggle your jaw and kind of loosen up that area. It's amazing how we can always become softer. We can always relax even more, it seems. If your foot's on your knee, you can take it off. Gently bring the knees up and drop them over to the left side. And then you can put your left foot on top of your right knee if you want. Listen to your body. Just remember why you're here, why you rolled out your mat today. And honor that reason. Remain present for that reason. And take the foot off of the knee and bring the knees up. Bring your arms by your sides and take a couple pelvic tilts. Press your low back into the ground to engage your abdomen, and then just let that go. Keep your hips down. Just tilt a few times. Tilt, press, and release. Press, and release. Couple more. And then lastly, bring the knees into the chest. And maybe you take happy baby if that feels good to you as a final pose, or anything else that calls to you right now you can do. When you're ready, release your legs all the way down for a brief shavasana. Let the earth hold you, cradle you. And I'll guide you back in a couple minutes. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring awareness back into the fingers and the toes through small movements. It might feel good to reach the arms overhead and take a full body stretch. And however way you'd like, you'll make your way up to a seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, so let me know what you thought below. Always open to taking requests for what classes you would like to see next. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so that we can continue practicing together. Let's bring the palms together at our heart, and we'll bow in gratitude for this practice.